So here we are at the Volvo Ocean Race Boatyard. Yeah, it's what we have here behind us, and if you like, we'll go in for a little look and see what's been happening here during the lead up to the Alicante start of the race. So basically everything we're about to see we actually have replicated. So we actually have 2 boatyard tents, all the containers you can see. We have 7 Volvo Ocean Race workshop containers in here, and we also have the 7 teams workshop containers in here. So the tent is split into 2. We basically have everything that we're responsible for maintaining the fleet of boats, and also looking after the one design and everything else that keeps all the fleet moving around the world. And then we've divided up to what we call a shared teams area, which allows them to have their own workspace as well, and feel that they've got somewhere themselves to get through the technical work that they're allowed to do within the rule and go from there. We have a pretty impressive loft floor behind us. It's pretty much close to 40 metres long by 12 metres wide. I think you'd find that any local sail loft anywhere in the world would be quite happy to have loft space this size. The fact that it is purely mobile, it takes us about the best part of only an hour and a half to get the whole loft floor down. Obviously we need the assistance of a forklift, but we get through it. The entire tent itself, which is 80 metres by 22 metres, we can get the thing built in about 2 days. We're fully operational from it showing up on the 5 flat racks, and obviously what we store in our workshop containers. Everything just opens up, we place the containers as we need to, and then the next 2 days we're fully operational, ready to go. So as it is, we have workshop containers that cover pretty much every trade that's required to keep the fleet at sea and do all the repair work when they're ashore. We have, obviously, this is our what you would call winch systems container. Obviously we look after everything here. Obviously Mark Gardner happens to work for Harken. We have pretty much a group of 4 permanent Volvo staff that work in here looking after the sail function, hydraulics, keel hydraulics, obviously looking after the winch systems. Then that gets complemented by all our suppliers. So obviously as Mark is here, we would normally have up to 4 other Harken service guys here. And this one container alone can have up to 8 people, 9 people just working on all the equipment. This is more what you would call systems and deck hardware related container. We also have a sail making container, electronics container, boat building container, rigging container. So we're pretty much covered everything. We actually have an office container, so you can actually sit down and do some paperwork. Every tool that's required to look after every bit of equipment on the boat can pretty much be all found in here. We try not to share too much with the teams, but we know at times at the end of the day they can't have everything, and we try to make this a very family orientated feel about the whole operation. So obviously anyone from the teams is welcome into any of our workshops. Obviously we don't want them working on top of us, but in any way we can help them we do, and we'll also facilitate anything they really need done. At the end of the day, our job right now is to make sure that no boat ever goes to sea without being in 100% seaworthy condition, and also in a way now all of our guys are working. It's almost like a service industry. We're making sure that our customers, being the sailors and the teams, feel that we're delivering everything they want. So again, through here, just we spoke about earlier, this is what we call the shared teams area. So basically each team has their own workshop underneath the boatyard tent, and we've given them a common area where they can all work. You can see a few of Axe and Nobel right now is just sorting out all their foul weather gear and things for the leg. We've had other teams doing all their freeze-dried food in here and sorting out a few things. It does get busy in here at times. We've had up to 6 or 8 dagger boards in here, a few rudders, everything else. There's an element of give and take within the teams and within all the boatyard staff to make sure that we can all work together in an element of harmony. Of course, there's always going to be, ultimately teams are competitive. They want to get their work done first and push. We just got to make sure it's a controlled balance the whole way through here. So far no one's lost an eye, so that's all good. But the reality is that we are trying to facilitate that feel that everything that is technical related to the race is all kind of contained within the walls of this boatyard tent. And so far I think the system and everything we planned for leading up to the race is working very, very well.